What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today we are taking a look at another viewer's car. This is Danilo's 2003 Seat Leon Cupra R, and it is the first Cupra R ever. And back in the day, this Cupra was, well, it was called a Leon 20 VT first, but after that they called it a Cupra. And this Cupra R cost the same as a VW Golf GTI, the Mark IV, but that car had 150 horsepower and this car had 210. So that is really when this Cupra thing started, you know, outperforming their VW brothers and Audi brothers, of course, for about the same price or even a bit less. And they really tried to make this Leon a lot more fun than the VW Golf GTI. I mean, the Mark IV will go down in history as probably one of the worst GTIs ever. But this car was just so much more focused on the hot part of the hot hatch. I mean, the VW Golf GTI was like a hatchback that was kind of quick. But this really was meant to be a lot of fun. And well, this Cupra R even more, of course, because it got quicker steering, 4-pot Brembo brake calipers at the front, 18-inch wheels and twin intercoolers. So it was kind of a serious thing back then. So today I'm going to show you around it. We're going to talk about the spec a bit. There's not really that much to talk about. And then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. Now we're also going to approach this as like a budget performance car. If you are looking for your first car and you want it to be quick, or a second car, whatever, this is Danilo's second car. It's done something like 300,000 kilometers. But I mean, it is a fun first car and it is a fun little budget hot hatch. So that is basically how we're going to approach it. You know, we're not going to be too hard on it. It has done 300,000 kilometers. Danilo also just hit a little, I think it was like a plastic little post, but he told us that he can get a door for like 50 bucks. So, you know, who cares? It's cheaper to get a new door than it would be to get it fixed up. So that is kind of nice about these cheaper cars. Now, the Cupra R got this super aggressive front bumper with a little bit of a splitter here. And as you can see, it's been hit quite a few times already, but it does look very, very nice. I do quite like the front of this. It brings me back. It's a lot of nostalgia with this front end. As I said, wheels 18-inch for the Cupra R and 4-piston Brembo brake calipers at the front. Apparently with the facelift in 2003 Cupra R, it got a power upgrade from 210 to 224, something like that. But apparently the Brembo brakes were not as standard anymore after the facelift. Tires, Vredestein Giugiaros, 225 section at the front. And the Cupra R also got stiffer suspension. Nice little R badge right there. Apparently, though, these cars do suffer from a water ingress. So the seals on the doors apparently are not that great, and the windows. So if you go and look at one of these, make sure you don't smell anything weird or that you feel down in the floor mat, stuff like that, because then it will start rusting real quick. At the rear, R badge right there, and this car has a Miltech exhaust as well. Quite a large tailpipe there. But the sound, it's not that loud. You can straight pipe it, of course, for some more sound, but this is pretty civilized still. So let's check out the engine. So this is the 1.8 liter turbocharged engine that started out with 180 horsepower in the Leon 20 VT. That then became the Cupra R with 209, 210 horsepower in this car. And then after the facelift, it got 224 horsepower. Now from 180 to 210 they went because they changed the turbo. So it started out with a Garrett K03 turbo, and then they changed that to a K04 for this 210 horsepower version. Even have a little bit of carbon fiber there, powered by Seat Sport. And when they released this car, they only released it in 3 colors: yellow, red and black, to celebrate the German flag and the Spanish flag, because this was like a, you know, a very cool joint venture basically between Spain and Germany. Not really, because Seat was just German, I think, at the time already. But anyway, this car has had an ECU remap apparently. Now it has done 300,000 kilometers, so yeah, we can't be too hard on it. But Danilo thought that it had a stage 1 remap, 260 horsepower. We don't know the torque, and the numbers, the 100 to 200 numbers, suggest that it is around, you know, 240, 250, something like that. So it could be that this had 260 horsepower at some point. So that is a pretty nice little power upgrade. Apparently these engines are quite resilient as well. So you can do quite a lot of power with this 1.8 liter, and it will be quite happy to do it. That is what Danilo told us. So that is pretty nice. On the interior, this of course is where they save their money. This is where you can see that it is not a VW or an Audi, but a Seat. But everything is here. Climate control on the Cupra R as standard. And I think this steering wheel is different. This is not the stock steering wheel, I think. And then we have a short shifter as well, which is pretty nice. Nice short throw. Armrest here. Very nice. And our Cupra R seats as well, sporty seats. So it's not, you know, very luxurious or lavish, but everything you need is here. And we've got some cool white Cupra dials as well. Speedometer, very cool. So let's go for a little drive. Now, as I said, the sound, it's not super loud with this Miltech. We'll do the little tunnel. Horses are here. They are here often lately. Cows as well. What's up? Yeah, it's really not loud. So stock, it has like 270 Newton meters, but it is quite a high revving. Sorry. But it is quite a high revving little engine. Peak power is at like 5900 RPM. So I'm going to overtake this Skoda here. Just give me a couple of seconds. He's enjoying the cows as well. Brake. Go. What? So you can hear that it actually takes a while for it to really spool up properly. So third gear. You need to rev it to get all that power from it. But I have to say, I wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting it to feel like, you know, have a little bit of a mid-range power band, but it's actually a lot more high revving than I was expecting, which is quite nice. Oh yeah, the brakes are done basically. They shake like hell. So if you hear anything weird, that is the center console here, the armrest. So full throttle there, second gear. Now they also had a couple of weirder versions. Some countries also got a 2.8 liter VR6 called the Cupra 4 with 204 horsepower. And then in Switzerland they went absolutely mad, and they had an official version made by Abt back when Abt was still doing cool stuff. And it was a supercharged version of the 2.8, and it had 280 horsepower. So that is very cool. That would have been absolutely epic, because this, you know, with the facelift having 224 horsepower, that was already quite a lot for a hot hatch back in the day, you know, especially for one that was as cheap as this. So can you imagine a 280 horsepower compressor version of the Cupra 4? That is very cool. So let's hit the Autobahn. All right, here we go. Second gear, full throttle. So the short shifter actually works really well. It definitely cuts down on shift time, and it just feels very nice. Clicks into place well. That's a very good mod. We've got a 6-speed gearbox. And of course we also measured the 100 to 200 km/h time. Now, as I said, it actually did pretty well, 100 to 200. We measured 17.16 seconds, which means that it's 2 seconds faster than a VW Golf R32 Mark V with 250 horsepower. So that is quite impressive. So it definitely has a bit more power than stock. I'm not sure it has 260 horsepower, because this car is also pretty light, like 1370, 1380 kilos. So yeah, it's somewhere in the middle there, between 210 and 260. So that is almost 250 on the speedo. Not bad, not bad for almost 20-year-old hot hatch with 300,000 plus kilometers. That is not bad. It's supposed to do 243 kilometers an hour according to Seat, but didn't go any faster than 240. Also felt like almost end of the gearbox there, so I'm not sure you will be able to go any faster than this. That was quite a lot of space as well. So if you look at this car right now, you know, the price range it's currently in, a very affordable hot hatch that still performs pretty well, you know, on par with a VW with a 6-cylinder, which is even a couple of years younger and has more horsepower stock. It's actually not doing too bad. And as I said, you have to check those window seals, make sure there's no signs of water anywhere. It is actually not bad. A very nice performance car to start with. So Danilo, thanks for taking your car to us, really appreciate it. To you guys, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video on the right or this playlist on the left. See you at the next one. Bye.